going to be taken away by the Warriors. He throws it down.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
Nice pass to set things up. Here's a chance from long range, and James Harden, not sure why he was so wide open there. The way he gets to the line, you have to respect every part of his game.
He is an occupational hazard for referees. He's the MVP of drawing fouls. He constantly baits his defender, which makes the defender's hands drop, which allows James Harden to drop buckets on.
Fires the three, and James Harden, well defended, still gets it to go down. Can only imagine how frustrating that is to stop.
It's beyond an arduous task for the defender. I'm getting frustrated even talking about it. Let me tell you two reasons why. Number one, he's been top 5 in the league since the 2012-13 season in free throws attempted per game. That's pretty impressive. Will make any defender hesitate. And number two, whenever the league implements a rule about you called the Harden rule for his knack for drawing cheap fouls, that's going to make any defender have a difficult time guarding Mr. Harden.
To Thompson. Rockets have the steal.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know just like I know you're not getting back on D.
Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out. Jay, he's played for a number of teams in the Western Conference, no less. What do you make of Paul and his willingness to embrace a challenge?
Well, for the first 12 years of his career, he was ball dominant. The ball was forced to be in his hands every possession because nobody else, other than CP3, could make a play. Now there's a shared responsibility with the playmaking skills, and that only allows him to play looser, to play freer, to play more like he played in college, hunting his own shots and thinking pass second, score first.
Paul to P.J. Tucker. Great feed, sets it up, and finishes strong. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
A lot of contact, no whistle. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. It stays with Houston. Changes coming from both sides right now. Oh, they called the foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Harden. To P.J. Tucker. Paul. Won't go. He can do better than that. Iguodala to bring it up. Trailing by 10. Jordan Bell with the dunk. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They look lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Harden to P.J. Tucker for three, buries it on the catch and shoot.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Bell to Cousins. That's blocked by Nene.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Beyond the arc for three. They'll take it from downtown. Let's see, Jay, if that wakes them up.
Yeah, that was a big-time three, but the most important possession is now, the one you're currently in. Don't focus on the next play, but focus on the present.
Harden to P.J. Tucker. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. 9 points for him to start the game. He's hit 3 threes in this first quarter. Lights out from downtown.
And defensively, you have to stay in these guys' pocket. Force him to be a driver rather than a shooter.
To Sean Livingston. Thompson. A pass taken away by the Rockets. Gordon with it. The lead is 11. Slams it down. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Thompson, much-needed bucket right there with the three. This game, long way to go. They're back within 10.
This isn't going to be a rollover game. That's the kind of facial expressions you need from somebody who's ready to fight.
Paul. He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Inside, he scores.
You can finally see this team starting to get their rhythm and their groove offensively. This is a good run to get them back in the ballgame.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw up and good as they open things up to a 13-point lead. He'll put it up at the buzzer. Final shot of the period, almost. It would have counted, but no good. Time's run out here in the first quarter. That'll do it for the first quarter. The Rockets way out in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Warriors have the basketball. Gets it in the right corner. A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
With James Harden, muscle memory. Gets it to go. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Paul into the front court. They lead it by 14. Paul to Harden. Going to launch beyond the arc. Had made his first three, but that shot off the mark. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Harden. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
To Green. Cousins. Now a steal as the Rockets have it.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
It just seems like one of three things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a three. Pick your poison.
Livingston. On the drive, it's Cook, but he can't finish.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high up the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
And scores. Strong take. Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Oh, whistle.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Harden. Paul. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Draymond Green will go to the line to shoot two.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
Goes to the left side. Fires the three. He took the bait, and he hits.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
And Draymond Green throws it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. 4-3. And Chris Paul, he's been doing that for years. Wide open look, and he buries it. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Paul, that's what you come to expect. Your best players making baskets. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Paul across the timeline. His guys holding the big lead. Paul to P.J. Tucker. Paul, unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
For an offensive player at his magnitude, that's as easy as a layup if you're not crowding him defensively.
I got him. Here we go.
Remaining in the second quarter.
To Durant. That's blocked by Capella.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
It's in the hands of James Harden. From long range, he continues to light it up from downtown. 5 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and what's shocking, Ed, is that he's gotten so many open looks. Look, stay down in the stance, stay disciplined, stop losing him, stay attached to his hip, and force him to put the ball on the ground off those curls and finish over your bigs.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Curry into the front court. His guys down big. Curry rebounded by Capella. Harden in possession. His guys hold a commanding lead. And his foot was on the line. It's going the other way. Anthony. No good. Thompson to bring it into the front court. Down a bundle to Curry. Lets it fly from long range. And Stephen Curry, the fastest release in the NBA, hits the three. Now it's Harden at the controls. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway.
Cut it.
Can't get past the defender and the slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Paul knocks it down from 3.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip, and when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
That's good D. Shot no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Anthony. Harden shoots. Harden shot won't go down. Cousins to Durant. Goes reverse to lay it in.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
Now it's Harden, controlling the offense. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Curry, smothering D.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
To Anthony. Shot by Carmelo, no good. Thompson to Curry. Here's a chance from long range. Message received. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. So the Rockets hold on to the basketball. Anthony. It's Paul for two. Wide open look, won't go.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
The drive, right to the basket. Rejected by Green.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Tucker to Anthony. Has a chance, and he knocks it down, Jay. Knowing Carmelo Anthony, the competitor, you know he wants to do the same things as he was doing 5 years ago. Can he?
Well, the answer easy is no. Your mind is telling you yes, but your body is saying the exact opposite. The next step for Carmelo Anthony is to understand that he needs to keep it simple. If he's a catch-and-shoot player, help provide spacing and open up that lane for other players.